I grew up what people call a cradle Catholic. My family, we did not go to church as family. My father went on the two major holidays, Easter and Christmas. Ever since we've been married, we never prevented having a family. We got pregnant, and I miscarried 13 weeks into the pregnancy. We had 2 more miscarriages after that first one. They were shorter in duration, I think 6 weeks and 8.5 weeks, if I remember correctly. We were going to Mass every Sunday, and it was very hard for me. In the middle of Mass, one word, one phrase in a reading, a verse in a song would just make me burst out in tears. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it just made it very difficult to function, you know, because you're just so emotionally distraught. And I really didn't understand what was happening. And I remember we sat and I talked with the priest about it, you know, because I was struggling with it. I knew I needed to be going to Mass. I wanted to go to Mass. It wasn't right for me not to go to Mass, but I just couldn't do it. So I kind of drifted for a while, you know. And then as time went on, again with the miscarriages happening in between all of this, Tom kind of said, we just need to go.
We just had to get back into it. We had to trust a little bit and spiritually grow, not only going to church, but we had to get back to the spirituality of the whole thing.
14 years into our marriage, I found myself pregnant again. The doctor sent me immediately for blood work. And then afterwards, I called a colleague of mine who happened to live in the town where I had the blood drawn and asked her if I could come over. Now, I've never been to this woman's house before. We just work together. And she invited me into her home, and I said, Ann, I'm pregnant, and I don't know what to do about work. The doctor suggested maybe you've never attempted to not work while you were pregnant. Maybe you just need to slow down. And I said, what do I do? She said to me, let's go in the other room and we'll pray about it. For me, I was just like, oh, that's a good idea, pray, you know. I would have never initiated that on my own. I just wouldn't have done that because I didn't grow up with that, you know. I was still kind of finding my faith at this point in my life. Hannah's prayer, Hannah is an ordinary woman who longed for a son. And she prayed to God, please grant me a son, and I promise I will give him back to you. The first way that I know how to do that is to baptize them. He was a month old. And we had him baptized, and it was an amazing celebration.
It's just easy to be angry, but once you surrender, like Amy said, and let your guard down, and just give total faith to God that He's gonna take care of it one way or the other, with our farm, with, thankfully, you know, our wonderful 2 children.